Good evening, guys, girls. Rob with you here this evening. A little late getting here. I'm what 10 p.m. I'm going to set up a while tonight. I'll let you know more about that in just a little bit. No games tonight. No gaming tonight. I can update everybody on week three's football, and Matt's already given me a poll. I've already came out with a poll, but Keith hasn't yet. So maybe Keith will come out with his poll. I don't want to stray him one way or sway him one way or the other. So I'm not going to give him. I'm not going to give him what we did, but we had. Let's see, a couple of them matched. Yeah, a few matched, but not all of them. But by any stretch of the imagination, um, yeah, a few matched up though. They really did. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there, and we'll go from there. But I want to welcome everybody into chat tonight. Got a pretzel on the way in a minute, so I'll probably eat that, and maybe by that time we'll have some guests here as well. Never ever know who all's going to be here this late in the evening. It's a total roll of the dice when you want to try to see if anybody's coming on your channel. People have places and things they have to do early in the morning, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So totally understandable. We don't even get anybody here tonight. It's very, very possible. It's very, very possible. Uh, we're a little later than I want to be, but I'll get involved in telling you guys why in just a minute. I want to send a couple of these out to people first. And we are definitely. Uh, um, we are definitely um, going to be here for a little while tonight. I'm not going to cut this short tonight, and I'll kind of let you in on what's happening there in just a second. You can notice it's kind of quiet over here. The TV's turned down low. Darlene's in bed. She's sick, and it was to the point that I gave her a COVID test a little while ago. Tell you what happened. We went out to eat, a little diner. She gets a cheese sandwich and a order of fries. She eats, and while she's eating, she says, "Rob, I'm not feeling the best. I'm just not feeling great." Okay, all right, I understand that. Do you feel like eating? Yeah. So we stayed there and ate. We leave. I had to go to my parents' house, quarter mile down the road, so I went down there. We leave there. We're getting ready to leave, and she says, "I want some ice cream." So no problem, no problem. Well, I didn't really want any at the time. I didn't, and but you know how some people end up wanting something, and then it ends up kind of swaying you. That's what happened to me. So she wanted to go to Dairy Queen, wanted to get one of those blizzards. We go get a blizzard. She eats it on the way home, so it's a small one. And we pull in the driveway. And as soon as we get to the driveway, she said, "I'm freezing. I'm absolutely freezing." It's I ran a little bit of air in the car, but not much because it's comfortable outside tonight. It's probably 81, 82 when we got home. Maybe 80 degrees. May not even been that warm, 79 maybe. But it was comfortable. And she's absolutely freezing. I mean, she is really out of it freezing. So she sits on the porch maybe 30 seconds. She walks in the house, says, "I'm freezing," coming out of her skin. I grab her 3 blankets, and she sits on the couch, and she starts having tears coming out of her eyes. She said, "They're making her cold," having the tears come out. So she said, "I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed." So she went to bed. I put 3 covers on top of the already one blanket she had. I checked her temperature, and she's okay there. I think her blood sugar's okay because, like I say, it may be a little high, but it's not low. A lot of people say, well, maybe she got low blood sugar. I don't think so because, like I say, she had that ice cream. But something didn't hit her right tonight. I don't know what it was, but anyway, like I say, she felt so freezing cold. It took me 30 minutes to get her to where she could talk to me without shivering. So now she's in bed. About 9:45, something like that's about the time I was able to get her to where she was relaxing. Said, okay, I'm not feeling so bad right now. And she just has calmed down. She's probably asleep by now. I hope so. But I'm not going to bed before midnight tonight. So I figure I will come on the channel for a little while, even if I just have to just kind of keep myself happy. But if somebody else wants to come on the channel with me for a few minutes, they're more than welcome. I mean, we can talk about anything you want to talk about. So, yeah, tonight it would be doing Rob a favor if you come on live with me. It really would, because, like I say, I'm setting up with her tonight. That's what's happening. So, I'm kind of, like I say, I'm gonna check her fever again about 11:15, 11:30, or maybe I just may wait till midnight if I don't hear her in there moaning or feeling bad. But I've got the car right here at the door. If I have to take her to the emergency room, I can do it. I don't think I hope she didn't get bit by a tick or something. We did go out and mow grass today. Today she weed eated, and I was riding more. So I don't know. I don't know what it could be, but anyway, she was feeling bad. No fever, no upset stomach. She's had a little bit of upset stomach just now. Normal though, if you're freezing cold and then you warm up from blankets and stuff, a lot of times your stomach will get adjusted to that and stuff. So I won't be surprised if she gets up and has to throw up. That won't scare me as much as if she gets up and says, okay, I'm still cold. Because like I say, I got like 2 inches of blankets on her right now. So we'll see what's happening. If you're here with me right now, you can throw some messages in the comment section. And let's get a brighter color going on tonight. Yeah, that's almost a white, isn't it? That's wild. Yeah, let's see. Let's find a brighter color. Now. Let's get something a little more. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's go. Maybe go almost red. It's really red there, but this red's not quite. Let's go with that. We'll go a little bit of red tonight. The comments out, and let's throw a banner out there. There we go. A little bit of orangey red tonight. Let's go with that color. Okay. And comments are up now. If anybody wants to put a comment up, keep me awake. Otherwise, I will probably go off the air in a few minutes if we don't have anybody that's interested in coming on this late. Totally understand. Totally understand. But then I'll probably go watch YouTube channels of somebody else. Excuse me, guys. Let me just get my pretzel out of the oven, and I'll be right back with you. I'm going to go get a pretzel out the oven. I'll come back in just a second, okay? Hang tight with me. Who's with me still? Who is with me? Lost one person there. I don't know who we lost. You okay? Okay. She says she's okay. Let's hope so. So that's what's happened this evening with me. Got home, Darlene got sick. I mean, good evening, Roger Ward. Just want to let you know the wife and I have COVID. Oh, wow, Roger's got COVID. Uh, and Roger could come on live with me too. Like I say, even when I was sick with COVID, I was coming. Yeah, I've had it. I know. Let me tell you what happened tonight, Roger. We got home, and Darlene was deathly ill, freezing to death. Um, I put 4 blankets on her. 4 blankets on her and put her on the couch. Did no good. I was immediately thinking about taking her to the emergency room. She said no. She said, I want to go to bed. She went to bed. I put 4 blankets on her. It took me about 35, 40 minutes before she was stopped a shivering so she could talk to me. She's feeling better. She's warmed up a little bit, but I don't know what caused it. I do not know what caused it. She did eat some ice cream, but we gave her a COVID test, negative. So thank goodness there. Roger Ward and his wife. Let's see. And Roger, you can give us your wife's name too, so we can pray for her as well. I'm eating a hot pretzel. No, I like to eat those once in a while. They're good. So yeah, definitely. It is scary. It is scary when you see somebody shivering to death. We're out on a porch. Laurel, okay? Laurel and Roger Ward both have COVID. So prayers go out to Roger and Laurel. Like I say, anybody that would like to come on live with us tonight. I know Abba Brian's been having COVID. I do know when I had COVID, I was addicted to the YouTube because I got tired of watching TV. I was like, I just want to see faces that I know. I want to hear people that I know. I want to hear somebody tell me a story, whether it's the truth or not. But when I had COVID, I was watching the television, but it was YouTube on it all the time. Des Quarles has COVID. Oh my gosh. Yes. If you would like to come on live with us tonight, obviously we can't get COVID from you. We can't do that, but we can certainly tell people how you're feeling. If you would like to come on. Yeah. So Roger and Laurel Ward, Roger and his wife Laurel have COVID. Des Quarles has COVID. Darlene's laid up right now. She does not have COVID. We did test her. But my goodness, man, she has really, really scared me tonight. She really scared me. When you get, those little short blankets you can get at Walmart for like $3, those real furry ones, I put 4 on her. 4. And for 30 minutes, she's laying there just shivering to death. I didn't know what else to do. You really, really don't know what to do she's laying there doing that. And then all of a sudden tears coming out her eyes. She said, they're making me feel cold. So I said, okay, we got to do something. I said, we're either going to take you to the doctor or you're going to go lay down in the bed. She went to the bed and she seems to be feeling some better. I hope so. I really do. I've already sent a lot of invites out there. I'll send one to Roger too. Roger may not even feel like holding his head up, but I do know this: when you've got COVID, even if you just get away from for just a little while. So let's see what's happening here. Yeah, if you'd like to come on live with me tonight, if you've never been on the channel before, just simply tell me your email address. If you've been on the channel, I can find you. If I get your email, I got Roger's right there. I'm going to send Roger an invitation. If he wants to come on, he can. Anybody would like to come on, please come on. Roger Ward has COVID. Des Quarles has COVID. Laurel Ward, that's Roger's wife, has COVID. Darlene, my wife, checked her just a little while ago. She does not have COVID. I don't know what's wrong. But like I say, had the chills for 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour, at least an hour now. And then she's in the bed. She's still awake, but she's not coughing. I am very hoarse, says Roger, and have a sore throat. I am so weak and tired. Yeah. Now, when I had COVID, I came on here a couple times. I was tired. Um, was hoarse. I never got sick. As far as throwing up, I never had a fever. I was just tired. And after sleeping 8, 10, 12, 14 straight hours, Anthony had told me, he said, you better walk a little bit, Rob. You better walk some. Make sure you get your chest cleared up. So I'd walk a little bit. And after I walk, I was breathing hard. And I was like, you know what? Now's the time I'll get online. So I'd go for a little bit of a walk, turn my computer on, and I'd be like, all right, now's a great time. Even if other people are going to talk to me, that's fine. No, I'm actually feeling not so bad right now. I see the Arizona Diamondbacks, Arizona Diamondbacks and San Francisco Giants tied at 0, bottom of the second right now. If anybody in here right now is interested in coming on live with me, definitely come on. I'm going to be here a while tonight. Like I said, my wife is feeling bad. I'm not going to go straight to bed and just lay down right beside her, and then there'd be a chance that she wakes up 11:15, 11:30. I got her into bed just before 10 o'clock. I'm not going to bed before midnight tonight. So I'm going to set up. If I have some people that join the chat with me, I'll probably set up and stay here. If I don't, I'll probably sign off of here and go watch some other YouTube on my TV. But I'm going to set up. I'm not going to bed at least for another 2 hours probably. I'm going to just make sure she's resting comfortably. I'm hoping by then she's thrown a cover one side and one the other way, and it's warming up. It's warmed up enough to where she doesn't have to have them on all night. I cut the ceiling fan off. I cut a fan off that we have in here. I turned the air back to 74, so it's not running. It's not that hot outside right now, so thank goodness I'm not burning up. If it was really, really hot, I probably would bring a fan in here and just sleep in here. But she wants me to sleep in there, so I will try to tonight. So I'm going to set up for a while tonight. Just saw the Phillies lose. I don't even know what the score was. I forgot. It was like 6-1, I think. They didn't show a lot tonight. They really did not show a whole lot. Looking at the All-Star rosters, Austin Riley of the Braves did not make the All-Star team. I don't know how in the world he didn't. Oh, geez. What's wrong? Roger just got horrible news. Oh, geez. You can email me if you need to. Email me, Roger. Oh, geez. Jerry says, my brother, my dad, like between 11 and 13 family members in my total family have COVID, but I don't have it. That's when you want to be apart from them. You want to try to stay as far apart. If they're not wearing masks, wear one. Hang on tight for a second. Hang on, guys. This is not a good night, guys. Rescue squad just went flying by. I don't know where he's going, but man, oh man, I mean, it was just like, it was really loud, I don't know what's happening. check my phone, make sure everybody that I know is okay. Yeah, seems to be. I hope so. Well, uh, Carlos Rodon probably should have made it too. Yeah. Don't know exactly what happened with Roger. Man, jeez. This is not a good night. It's just not a good night, guys. What was it? 7-11. Supposed to be a lucky night. July the 11th. 7-11. But a lot of people are sick. A lot of people are feeling bad. Um, Roger Ward and his wife, Laurel, are both sick. Let me write some of these names down. Jeez. I mean, we're just getting hit in left field, right field, and every field with this. I mean, this is crazy, you know? Yeah. So Roger and Laurel Ward, they have COVID. I just heard just a couple of minutes ago, Des Quarles has COVID. Apple Brian, pretty much his whole family except his son-in-law. So Apple Brian and family, COVID. Everyone has COVID. Yeah, my thoughts and prayers. Yeah. And then Darius Montre. Virtually entire family has COVID. Darius is lucky enough not to have it right now. Dave Little's with us right now. Dave, if you can take bad news, I guess you can take us all in a big dose right here. First off, I'll just tell you what happened here at home this evening. We get home. We just had eaten. I took Darlene for ice cream at Dairy Queen. We get home, she starts freezing to death. She sits on the couch. I put 4 of those blankets that you can get at Walmart for like $2, $2.50 or whatever. Those furry ones. I put 4 on her. She sat there for 30 minutes shivering. She couldn't talk. She had a couple of tears going down her eyes. I could tell she was scared. I said, one of two things is happening. You're either going to bed or either I'm taking you to the emergency room. She said, I want to go to bed. I said, okay. Went to bed. I added a 5th cover. So she had a cover from bed and 4 blankets on top of her. No fever, no stomach ache, nothing like that's going on. And she finally started able to relax and to be able to talk to me without shivering. So that's why I'm sitting up till midnight tonight. I'm going to be up till midnight. What's up, John Wise? Roger Ward just came in just a minute ago. Roger and his wife Laurel have COVID. Des Quarles from a channel. Des Quarles has COVID. We already knew Apple Brian, his entire family, all except one of his son-in-laws. All of them but him has COVID. What's up, Dwayne Martz? Dwayne, I sent you an invitation if you'd like to join us. Darius Montre. Darius says between 11 and 13 family members have COVID. It's wild and crazy, guys. Yeah. So, yeah, I hope so too. She's in there resting right now, and I'm hoping she's okay. But yeah, Roger, Laura Ward, they have COVID. Des Quarles has COVID. Apple Brian and his family have COVID. And Darius Montre's family has COVID. So it's a lot of folks getting sick. Then, to cap it off, Roger Ward came in. He said, yeah, I'm getting tired, and all that. Then right before he left, he says, I got to go. Just got some horrible news. I have no idea what horrible news it is. I hope he will email me and let me know. I don't know. My mother-in-law has COVID, but she's doing well. And everything leads me to think that this variant of COVID is not as bad. But everybody's getting it different, Dave. Everybody is. When I had COVID at Christmas, I stayed tired. I could sleep 18, 20 hours in a day. I never had a fever, never threw up. Uh, I didn't want to eat nothing, but I was drinking. I was drinking my Gatorade. I had my Gatorades. I was drinking 5 or 6 of these a day, and in 5 days, in a whole 5 days, I ate a 6 pack of crackers and an apple, and I lost 25 pounds. That's it. That's all I ate in 5 days. 5 or either 6 days was a 6 pack of crackers and one apple, and I was drinking 5 or 6 of these a day, and I lost 25 pounds. It was scary. It really was because I didn't want to eat nothing. I did not want to eat. I didn't feel like eating. Um, so, Darlene, I tested her earlier. She does not have COVID. So, this is my thinking. I don't know whether she is a diabetic. Something may be up with that. I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. Or we mowed our grass today. I hope she didn't get bit by a tick. You know, those damn things can do some wild stuff to you too. But yeah, I eating a little bit of a pretzel too while I'm talking. Anybody that would like to come, every time I get sick, I'm same way, lose weight. So let's invite Dave and John with me. I'm going to be up till midnight, guys. It's like a telethon tonight. I got to try to do the best I can. I'm going to go in there and make sure she's okay before I even. I couldn't even think about going to sleep right now. And so that's what I'll do. I'll send a couple of invites to you guys. Anybody would like to come on with. But yeah, Heinz Field is no more Acrosure. Is it called Acrosure Stadium? Really? I had not heard that. So I've got the paper here, hoping we don't have to write any more bad news down tonight. But yeah, if you're just getting here, Roger Ward and his wife Laurel have COVID. Des Quarles has COVID. Atba Bryan, his entire family, other than one son-in-law, has COVID. Darius Montre, he's been in here with us, says between 11 and 13 people in his family right now have COVID. Darlene is sick in there, or she's feeling bad. She's got the chills. And well, hey John, she's relaxed now. She's finally relaxed and started laying down. See, I was going to give her an hour to let those blankets wear off, and she started taking one of them off. She's took one of them off, I think. And I went in there and talked to her. She's no longer shivering. She says, I'm not feeling bad now. So she didn't have a fever. She had she had the booster shot. I didn't. She did though. And so we'll see what happens. Mary and Barbara died of heat stroke. Wow. Um, but yeah, I'm keeping an eye. That's why I say she needs to get checked out. Yeah, like I say, I'm going in there in just a few minutes. Right now, she's able to talk to me. She doesn't have a chills and stuff so bad. So if she relaxes and she sleeps all night long, if she gets up in the morning feeling bad, I'm gonna take her to the hospital. But if she can relax right now, and right now she's relaxing. She was asleep. Um, she coughed a couple times, and I was like, "Okay, you okay? What's up, Tim?" Um, yeah. So I'm definitely. Yeah, I got a thermometer. I got 2 thermometers. I backed up. What's up, Dwayne? What's going on? So yeah, I'm going to be up to about midnight tonight. We're going to see how things are going, but Yeah, they're crazy about the whole community getting COVID.
Yeah, it is nuts.
Yeah, Roger and Laura Ward. You know Roger Ward. He's been on our channel so many times. Roger and his wife have COVID. Des Quarles. Des came in a little while ago. He has COVID. Applebrine, his entire surrounding family, other than one son-in-law, has COVID.
Mm.
Darius is living to himself right now, but he's 11 and 13 family members all have COVID right now. Um, let's see. Hold on just for a second. Dave, let's see. Who did Dave say? Um, Dave said he had COVID over Mother's Day, sick for 6 days, but I didn't lose a doggone ounce. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said I lost 25 pounds when yeah. Yeah, you eating a little something too?
Yeah, some popcorn.
Nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Roger
Yeah, I
said
didn't feel bad at all when I had it. I had a runny nose. That was it.
Yeah. And then just before um, Roger Ward left, he says, "Gotta go. I just got some horrible news."
Mm.
So I will email him in just a few minutes. I hope he's able to let us know more about what's going on. I'm locked away in my apartment, away from my family, so I don't catch it. Yeah, Dave Little's gonna come join us. Great. I appreciate it. Here comes Dave, Dr. Dave.
How's it going, Dave?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'll tell you who's my doctor when I had COVID was Anthony. And he was on me. He was like, take all these vitamins and all that stuff. And I'm not a big vitamin person. But while
Anthony Bleacher Bums?
Yeah, Crooks. He
Good
works
news.
out all the yeah. So I told him, I said, look, I've been laid up here for 3 days. I don't feel like doing nothing. We had Tim coming on with us. Great. I love it. Good. And yeah. So
sorry, hold on. Here we go.
That's all right. And so hey, I stayed in touch with him every day, and then finally he got on me. He said, "Rob, you got to get your ass up." I said, "What?" He said, "This stuff can get in your chest and start coughing and stuff." He said, "I want you to walk." He said, "I don't care if you walk length." He asked me how long my driveway was. I told him, maybe 20 yards. He said, "I want you to walk the length of it 4 or 5 times, back and forth." He said, "Once you get to the point where you're starting to get a little tired, bring yourself back in, but don't do it more than one time, because it was wintertime when I had it." And I did it, and I came back in. He said, "All right, now I want you to keep drinking Gatorade. Just keep drinking." He said, "I don't care if you drink 5 or 6 of these a day." So I kept drinking them. Then the next few days after, I would eat nothing. I couldn't eat nothing. I didn't want to see food. Nothing. Not a sandwich. I didn't want peanut butter. I didn't want cheese. I didn't want pizza. When Rob don't want pizza, something's wrong. I didn't want soup. I didn't want nothing. And you could throw anything in front of me. I didn't want it. People were bringing food to us, cookies, donuts, all this. I just didn't want it. So my dad said, "Oh, you better eat some peanut butter crackers." So he had my mom bring him a pack of peanut butter crackers. So I opened them up and I put them in there, and I had them on next to the couch, and I started eating one. And I think one day I ate like 4, and then the next day maybe I ate 2. And then I went a couple of days and ate an apple. But like I say, in that 5 or 6 days, I lost almost 25 pounds. It was nuts. No, John, I didn't want a cardboard. I didn't want a cardboard frozen pizza or nothing, man. I really didn't. Yeah. So Darius, definitely though, keep an eye on this, folks. Keep an eye on your family. Take them some Gatorade if they need it. Bottles of water if they need it. That's the main thing, man. Any of you folks out there that have COVID, I don't care if you don't eat a bite. Keep hydrated. Keep hydrated. That's what you got to do. You can lose some weight, but my goodness, stay hydrated. Drink more and more than you think you should. If you think you should drink a half a gallon of water, drink three quarters of a gallon. Stay hydrated. We do not need you to dehydrate. That is not fun. I've never had that happen.
How long is Darla sick?
Well, what would you say?
How long has she been sick?
She just started feeling bad about 8:30, 9 o'clock. What happened was We went to the diner. She got a cheese sandwich and some French fries. And while we were there, she said, "I'm just not feeling exactly right." I said, "Okay." We will leave, and she said, "I'm going to go hop in the car. It's a little chilly out in here, isn't it? Probably 75 inside the diner." I thought, okay, that's unusual for her. She gets in the car. Mom and Dad, they get low on some plastic bags from Walmart once in a while. So I took them some bags, and lo and behold, what did they do? They gave me a pack of 2 COVID tests. They got some free in the mail. They know how to get them free where you don't have to pay for them. So I got 2. And Darlene, before I could even pull out of Mom and them's driveway, she said, "You know what? I want some ice cream." I said, "Okay, that's okay." So I said, "Which one? Where you want to go? You want to go north or south?" She said, "Let's go south. Let's go to Dairy Queen. I want one of those blizzards, just a little small one." No problem. I drive there. She starts eating her ice cream. No problem at all. I didn't even want one. And I ended up getting a big one. So I'm eating it, coming home, driving home, and all. We pull in the driveway. It's got to be. It's close to 8 o'clock by then. Second or third inning of the Phillies was already on by then. So I come in the house. She said, "I'm gonna sit outside for a few minutes." What about possible food poisoning? I guess it could be, but I eat ice cream too, and I'm not feeling bad. It don't seem like it, John, because her stomach's not bothering her. She came, like I say, as soon as she got home, she said, "I'm freezing." So she sat on the porch. It's probably 80, 81 degrees. A little warm. It's not hot today, but it's warmer than it is inside the house. She came in the house, sat on the couch, and started freezing. I got 4 of those blankets, those little kind of, I don't know, woolish type blankets that you can get at Walmart, and those little rolled up things. You know what I'm talking about? Them little $2.50, $2.
The throw blankets.
Throw blankets, yeah. I put 4 of those thick on her. Oh, she's getting up now. Do we need the doctor? Okay, you feeling better? Okay. Dr. Dave Little right here is talking to me, and he said I should take you to the doctor. Okay. Says she's not. She said, "I'm not feeling cold anymore." She's going to the restroom right now, so I feel better about that.
Yeah. Keep hydrating her up and keep an eye on her temperature.
Yes. She had no fever. Would you like a bottle of water? Yes, please. Okay, you guys carry on. I will go get her a bottle of water, and I'll be right back. Dr. Dave is in the house, folks.
People didn't want to see me speaking about eating apples. I'm gonna start. Dave, you probably didn't know this because I've told almost everybody. I just got diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic.
Oh my!
I'm with you. I didn't remember.
High blood pressure. So essentially now I have to revamp the entire diet. So
yeah, my main thing is carbs with bread and all. That was my main thing. It wasn't the sugar.
Yeah, well, trust me, find the multigrain or wheat bread and you'd be okay.
My other thing was sodas, which wasn't hard for me to give up either, with sodas. Other than that, I really didn't have a problem.
It's a challenge, man. My thoughts go out to both of you.
Yeah.
Thanks. But once that diagnosis got,
what was your AC1?
I couldn't even tell you. I'll be honest with you.
Mine was 9. It's down to 6.5 or 6.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. That was within 2 to 3 months.
When I go see him the next time. When he wants me to take another blood test.
Have you been testing yourself?
No, they didn't give me anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, I'm on.
I test mine twice a day.
4 medications. I'm be on a 5th one here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I take metformin twice a day. 1,000 milligrams twice a day.
I think that's the next one I'll be in. He wanted me to kind of stagger the new ones to make sure there were no side effects. So
yeah, it tore my stomach up.
Next day or 2, I'll be on that, and I got to take that with food and essentially.
Yeah, watch it tears your stomach up. At least it did me.
Oh, okay.
They can give you. I didn't do it. They can give you one that's like time released. It's not supposed to be as bad, but I was off work, so I just struggled through it until my body got used to it.
Whoever called and said, somebody came on and said, "Yeah, she's probably going to throw up." After she warmed up, she threw it up in the trash can while she was going to the restroom. So you guys were helping me out there. I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV either. So I don't even play one on YouTube. So good evening, BR Wells. Good evening. So let's update the channel here. Good Lord, we've got the whole gambit going on this evening. If you're just getting here, Roger Ward, his wife Laurel, both have COVID. Des Quarles, you hear him in chat all the time with us. He's got COVID. Atba Bryan, his whole family, other than one of his son-in-laws, all of them have COVID. Darius Montre is in here with us tonight. Between 11 and 13 of his family members have COVID. He stays in an apartment to himself, so he's a little bit better off there. Then the capper was this. Roger was in here feeling bad and said he was feeling rotten. Then all of a sudden, this was his last message before he leaves, and that I did not like seeing it at all. I'll quote when I get to it. Gotta go. Got some horrible news. End of quote. That's all he said. So I'm going to try to get back in touch with him in a few minutes, if I possibly can. Dave, have you had COVID?
Is he a neighbor? Is Roger in your neighborhood or?
Roger's in Tennessee. He's in northern part of Tennessee.
Okay.
He's not too far from Kentucky line. He's pretty close there. And I've yet to meet Roger. I've not met Roger. Dave, have you had COVID?
I had COVID around Mother's Day.
Oh, that's right. You said,
And right now, my wife's mom has COVID, but she's doing pretty well. She's at the end of it.
So how long do you remember how many days you had it, and what were your symptoms?
I was sick for about 6 days. The first 2 days, I thought I was having an allergy attack. I just was congested and running, but I was feeling really run down.
Yeah.
It started on a Friday night. In fact, I was doing a basketball game, and I was really congested and draining and coughing and kind of raspy.
I'm gonna cut you short just for a second.
Yeah.
Doing a basketball game online, or were you?
On YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I was doing my Friday night NBA.
Okay, I thought maybe you was actually working one, like refereeing or something.
No.
From sweat.
No,
okay,
I was doing my YouTube, my Friday night basketball, and I was congested and hoarse and just not feeling right. And on Sunday, I took a COVID test and it was negative. And that was Mother's Day. So I figure I'm COVID negative. I'm just having an allergy attack. Let's go take Mom to dinner for Mother's Day.
Oh boy.
And of course I gave my son COVID at Mother's Day. And then on Monday, I felt like I got hit by a truck and just slept the whole day. And Tuesday, my wife, who's a nurse, sent me to Walgreens and said, go get a PCR test. And that came positive. So I was off work the rest of that week. And then I got better.
Okay. Tim, have you had COVID?
Not that I know of.
Okay. And I tell you what, if you are living by yourself, it might be a little tougher to detect it, especially if you're sick and you're like, okay, well, I feel crappy. I don't feel like I'm around nobody.
The only reason I say I don't think I did, there were a couple times, like there's one a little bit more recently where I had problems like completing full sentences. Like I barely got full sentences without coughing. So I wonder if, that's, but with me not, I'll kind of say, hey, I'm kind of,
Yeah, but if I wouldn't have got tested at work, I wouldn't have known. I wasn't feeling bad at all.
And how long did you have it, Dwayne?
Well, I don't know, Rob, because I didn't feel bad. I got tested on a Tuesday, found out on a Thursday.
Okay.
And like I say, the whole time I never felt bad. If they wouldn't have tested me at work, I'd have kept on going.
What month was that?
That was back in, I guess May. Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Yep. Yeah, I was off the last 2 weeks of May.
And then our case, I didn't get a shot. I didn't get the booster. I didn't get any of it. My wife got all of them. And I come home the 13th of December, and I'm not feeling good. I'm just not feeling good. And she says, what's wrong? I said, look, I just feel like I can sit right here right now and just fall asleep and just not tired, but it's beyond tired. It's like, you feel like you're so lazy you can't even walk over to the couch or anything. She said, "How about your stomach?" No, not feeling bad. She said, "Let me take your temperature." I said, I think I'm okay. She said, "Yeah, you're okay there." Um, she said, then she handed me something to eat. She told me to close my eyes and eat it. And she said, "I promise you it's nothing that you hate to eat." And I think it may have been a piece of cereal or something. And I tried it and I said, "That's a piece of cereal." She said, "Okay, you still got your taste?" I said, "Yeah." And then I don't know, an hour or so later, she said, "You know what? Let's go to the PTC. It's like a little, like a in and out hospital type thing. Physicians Treatment Center, I think is what they call it. It's just a quick little deal. Even if you're from out of town, you can go there." So I called ahead and they said, "Stay in your car. We have a drive-through." I am not lying. We have a drive-through. We'll have the nurse come out there, stick a thing up both nostrils. And I said, "Okay." So I gave her my information. She wrote it all, for how insurance went through, I guess, whatever. Took the test. She said, "Okay, sir, we will let you know within an hour." Okay. We pull out of Physicians Treatment Center. And she said, "I think I want to get me one of those diet lemonades at Chick-fil-A," which those damn things are excellent. If you've never tried one, you got to try it. Before we even get in the line, I get a phone call, and it says PTC right there. I answered the phone. She said, "Sir, you do have COVID." I said, "I thought I did." I put the mask immediately. I already had it on, I think, even then. And then 2 days later, Darlene got it. I had it from the 13th of November and through Christmas, through New Year's, all the way till the 3rd of January. I had it for like 19, 21, 20, 21 days, almost.
See, they won't test you at work, Rob, because they've had guys when they first started this test positive 3 months, and they had the policy if you didn't test negative, you couldn't come to work. And amazingly, after that, they decided, 10 days of quarantine's fine, and you don't have to get tested for 3 months.
Oh man!
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That happened to me. I was better, but they said you had to have a negative test
yeah.
or stay home for 5 days, and I tested positive for 5 days in a row, and I was feeling fine. But I had to work from home, for
the state stopped doing that. They don't test
for a
you
whole
for
week.
3 months.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So what happened was a couple days later, Darlene, she'd been waiting on me, and all of a sudden she said, "Oh, my stomach's bothering me." I said, "Oh shit." So I got someone to bring a test to the house here, and I don't even know who it was. People were bringing us food left and right, or in bags or whatever, leaving it at the door. And some of our neighbors didn't even realize we had COVID. So we had people knocking on the door like, "What the hell's wrong? What's wrong?" We said, "We got COVID. Stay away. Stay away." So she got sick, and she was a lot more ill than I was. She had a fever. She had stomach ache. She had all that. And she was probably sick from like the 16th to maybe the 28th, 29th. She wasn't sick as long as I was, but boy, she was sick a lot more than I was. I mean, like I say, she was in the restroom a lot. She wasn't able to rest. She couldn't sleep. She was now I don't know who else has it. Anytime I'm feverish, I always had nightmares, stuff like that bother me and stuff, and I just can't sleep a good still sleep if I'm feverish, and that was happening to her. She just couldn't rest. But during the whole time I'm down with COVID, I'm laying over 16 hours a day sleeping on the couch, and walking every day. Once Anthony got on me, for like the last 14 days, I was walking all the time. So it's crazy. It's nuts, but it's, I think everybody feels it different. They really do. Everybody feels it a lot different. Has anybody looked at the All Star rosters?
No, anything I heard was Otani's pitching in was the starting DH.
And then they used the commissioner rule to add one player per, and it's going to be Miguel Cabrera, who allegedly says he's going to retire after next season.
Yeah, at first he didn't.
Cabrera and Pujols, yeah.
And then Pujols is going to be in the home run derby.
How was Austin Riley? Was he third baseman for the Braves? How was he not on the All-Star team this year? I looked at his numbers and I'm like, wow. Is it too late to vote? Yes, John. Yes. They've already.
I think they announced it Sunday, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. John, I sent you an invitation though. I'm going to drink me some, as soon as I saw she was sick, I was like, okay, I think I'll drink some orange juice.
Yeah, I was eating an apple when you had mentioned it. I bought a bag.
Does that draw? I wonder if, like, psychosomatically, when we hear that somebody is sick, the seal hadn't even been broken from it. And now I go in and open it up. It's like, I don't know if it works on our brains that way or not. When is Chris Sale going to be pitching again? I don't know. I guess after he pays for all of the damage he done at the other place.
Man, that's crazy.
That was wild.
Especially on a minor league park like that.
Yeah.
The damage stuff.
He should have to pay for that because, he started kicking it. When he kicks, man, he can kick like 8 feet high.
I don't know if you heard about Scherzer. I guess it's sort of the tradition in baseball. If you're a major leaguer and you're doing a minor league rehab appearance,
you buy the kids some food or something.
Yeah. You pay for the clubhouse spread.
Yeah.
And Scherzer bought these guys like steak and lobster and just put up a big old spread and gave everybody AirPods and he just went above and beyond, for the minor leaguers that he was playing with.
Darius, that's a good question. I'll ask a whole panel. We'll start with Tim. Do you think Trevor Bauer will ever pitch again in the majors? Tim.
Sure.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yep. Dave.
They can't suspend him forever.
No. Dwayne.
Yeah, I agree. He'll pitch.
I don't know how old he is. And then on top of that, the problem ain't him now. The problem's going to be find a GM that's going to put up with his bull. That's the problem.
Somebody's always willing.
I was going to say there's always a dumbass in the crowd, right? Yeah. So
and if it's the right price, as long as he don't price himself out of the market,
right? If he don't go out here asking for $40 million, he's got a chance. Sale will start tomorrow against Tampa, says John. Okay, all right. So I did not know that. I was not sure.
Let's see. Trevor Bauer is 31, so he's
got plenty of years left.
Yeah, he's got plenty left in the tank.
Yeah, he does, and all this rest over the last little bit.
Yeah.
And let's be for real about it. When your body is able to rest, you should be healthier than you were last time you pitched. Now,
look at Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson sat out a year or two, and then he came back, and he's in his mid-30s, and he's running like a 20-year-old.
Yeah, ran 1,200, 1,400 yards. I saw Brittany Growner was found guilty. Yes, she was.
She pleaded because I think part of that is that
did she get sentenced?
Not yet. I think part of that is
she went to jail.
No.
Yeah. All right.
Well, part of that is that she has to plead guilty in order to. That kind of helps possibly for her getting the prison exchange. Yeah.
But and I'm not a big LeBron James fan, but why do you even bring LeBron into it? If this was LeBron James, they would have already gotten him home. LeBron James, how many listen, folks, we can hear LeBron James in a distance for hundreds of miles away if he gets in trouble because all you got to do is cut a TV on. He's not been in any trouble.
No,
Okay? He's a clean guy. Well, yes. His name should have never been brought up in this situation at all. Look, if you want to bring up somebody that's been troublemakers in the past.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Remember Kobe and the girl in Colorado?
Yes.
He got away with that. Whatever happened, he didn't.
No, it didn't hurt him for long. It was just a little bump in the road.
But all I can say is this. These WNBA women that are defending her, not at one time has she ever said, I didn't do this. If you go to a foreign country, there are different rules than there are here. As Toronto, you've got Philadelphia Phillies that's got to sit at home now because they don't have the vaccine. They got like 4 or 5 guys on the team that's got to sit home now because they can't.
The Red Sox.
Huh?
Closer from the Red Sox can't play in Canada because he's not vaccinated.
And that's what I'm saying. All of them are that way, and that's their rules. When you go to a country, you should look at the laws before you think about going. Even states, folks, even different states have different laws. If you don't follow those rules, it's not on the state or the country. It's on you. It's your fault. So it's hard for me to feel sorry for her. If Joe Blow in the country did the same thing, he gets treated the same way. Now, it may be excessive to Americans to see somebody sitting in jail for 30 days, but that's the way they do things over there.
Remember the kid that went and got caught spray painting in Singapore?
Oh yeah, Michael Fay.
Michael Fay, yeah. He got caned.
Yeah.
They beat him with a cane.
Now,
Ohio kid. He was from Dayton, Ohio.
He only got 10 lashes, I think.
Yeah.
John Wise had to bid. Okay, man.
But all he did was spray paint graffiti and just pick the wrong place to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't understand how you can defend her.
Years ago, they brought a Chinese delegation down to the prison and took a tour. And I jokingly said they went to an inmate that had committed robbery twice, and they go, 2 hands? He has 2 hands. But what they did say when they went through our prison was that our prison was better than their public housing. Oh, yeah. Like, these guys got nothing to complain about.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They said it was better than their public housing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I just don't understand some of the people's logic out there that want to defend people. Defending them's one thing, but bringing some other people's names into it, that's not fair. Like I say, I'm not a LeBron James fan. I still don't think LeBron James is as good as Michael Jordan. You're going to hear people. Do you think so, Dave?
No, not at all.
I don't. I mean, and I'm not a title person. I'm not a person that looks at this person has 10 titles. This person has 5 titles. Yeah. Tom Brady, that's a little excessive there when you get 7 titles to everybody else that's got 4 or less. That's pretty much pushing the envelope there. But when you've got 5 titles and then somebody like a Charles Haley has 6 titles, just because Charles Haley went to the right place at the right time, that does not make him the best lineman of all time. I know Charles lives close by, but that does not make him the best defensive lineman that ever lived just because he's got 6 titles. It just doesn't. So,
and that's the same thing with Robert Ory.
Yeah.
Got all the rings, but
big shot, Bob.
Big shots. Yeah. He had some clutch shots, and but he was never an all-time great.
He's got one more than Jordan, right? 6, 7.
Let me see how many Robert Ory has. It's pretty close.
So.
I know it's.
Yeah, I know Bill Russell has 11. Yeah, Darius, but
yeah,
that's a totally different era. That's a time when less teams, a lot of things going his way.
Yes, one more than Jordan.
Yeah, no free agency. A lot of that comes into play then, because Can you imagine if the Lakers back in the 80s didn't have free agency and they would have kept that team together for 10 years? That team would have won 8 championships. I really believe it.
Well, it also had something to do with Larry Bird, why they didn't win every single one. Well, also, and in the monster 83 76ers, nobody was beating that team.
Yeah. But Bird's teams were deep, but they won nothing like, I mean, the Lakers were 10, 11 deep. It was nuts the way they were. Cooper, Magic,
Mitch Kupchak, I think, Dixon, was on those.
Dixon, Kareem, Rambis. I mean, come on. I mean, they just, and everybody played a part. Everybody played a part on the team, and they were really good. It was showtime, no doubt about it. Worthy, don't want to forget Worthy. But yeah, I was a Celtics fan all the way. Now, Dave, are you a Detroit Piston fan by any chance, or Chicago fan? Who do you like up there?
When I was in Ohio, I was a huge fan of the Pacers. Reggie Miller, Rick Smits. That was my team, and that was so much fun to watch. And then since we've moved up to Wisconsin, I'm a big Milwaukee fan now. You can see Giannis on my wall.
Oh,
up over my head. We've adopted Giannis as our
who's that other guy they had? Person? Chuck Person?
Yeah. Chuck Person, the rifleman.
Yeah. He was good too. He was real good. Yeah.
His son wasn't a slouch either. Wesley
was his kid brother.
Oh, kid brother. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't a slouch either.
No, Chuck Person just shot too much, and he was just a one-trick pony. It was after he left, and they got, Rick Smits and Detlef Schrempf and the Davis. They had 2 guys named Davis. Dale Davis, who was a great big monster, and then Antonio Davis, who was real long-armed and rangy.
Yeah.
And, that was a hell of a team.
Dale Davis came from Clemson, I think.
Yeah, Dale Davis out of Clemson.
And let's see, Antonio Davis, he come out of Kansas? No, he didn't come out of Kansas.
No. He's probably a small school guy.
Yeah, I think he was a small school guy. But man, when they played against Starks and Ewing and the Knicks and Spike Lee man, I have never been that excited about a sporting event as when Reggie gets out there and talks trash and gets himself going.
And you do a lot of ABA and early like NBA games in 1970s.
Yeah.
Who was your team? Was the Bucks your team back then? I mean,
back then, I liked the 76ers. I liked Doug Collins.
Okay.
That was kind of one of my first sports memories was Doug Collins in the Olympics.
Okay.
And then he got drafted into the 76ers, and I watched the 76ers when it was, Doug Collins and Bobby Jones and George McGinnis, and they brought in Dr. J, and so I was always rooting for the 76ers when the Celtics and the Lakers were winning everything.
Oh, okay.
And finally in '83, they, the Sixers broke through and got their win, and then And then I was a big fan of Barkley when Barkley was with the 76ers.
I liked him when he was with. I liked him all the way through. Barkley was just a different kind of breed of cat, man. I'm telling you.
Did you see him on the Stanley Cup Finals? He was hilarious during that intermission.
He's actually a big hockey guy.
Yeah,
like
he was
Easy
hilarious.
Said, I will be sitting in the studio and watching the hockey playoffs while the basketball playoffs are going on.
Him and the owner for Tampa Bay must be good friends.
Must be. And he came out, what was it, 7 months ago. He said something about it because, his golf game was so hard to watch when you saw him stop and then stuff. He looked like he was looking at a stop sign, stop and go, yield. Yep. And he ended up finding that golf coach. And he said, look, I'll go without going to Vegas for 3 months. All the money that I was going to spend, I will give to you. If you can break up this swing He told him, look, all I want you to do, it had 10 cans and a bat, and had him just beat the shit out of 10 cans with a bat for a day or two.
Hmm.
And he was mad about it. He was upset about it. He said, I want to hit a golf ball. He said, all right, will you hit it like you hit it? Or you go hit it like you're scared of it? And he intimidated. He actually used intimidation tactics. And he told him, he said, look, are you going to hit it like you really want to hit it? Or you want me to put my head down and act like you're scared of hitting it? And finally, he gave him a golf club. And he said, which one you want? He said, I don't care. And he gave him a wood club. And he said, now, if you stop, I'm gonna kick you in the ass. And he actually had his foot behind him and ready to go kick him. He swung that club, and it just went, didn't stop, but the ball just went straight to the right. He said, all right, now close the head of the club up and hit it. He hit the next one. They said it went about 290. His second full shot that he hit. He said, okay, now, how did that feel? He said, lovely. He turned around, laid the club down, hugged him, and I heard he cried. They had to find a chair for him, let him cry. And said something about it was, and now he talks about his coach, and he says he used tactics on me that you would never believe. But he said he loves me to death. I love him to death. And even now in the studios, when he talks about it, he starts crying sometimes. That's a cool dude for you right there. Yeah. Because he obviously the coach wasn't trying to do anything to hurt him, but he wanted to break that stigma of the ball is not something, an egg. It's not something you're going to hurt. Hit the damn thing and go through it. But it was in his mind that when he got that close, he would almost get to the ball and stop. And then by the time he hit it, it would go 60 yards. It was nuts. And now he played in that thing over the weekend where Tony Romo won. He didn't play great, but I think he said in 3 rounds he got like 12 pars or 13 pars. That right there, 2 years ago he probably wouldn't have got 2 pars. So yeah, right. So he's really turned his game around. I really love it when I see people that's done that.
His short game must be pretty good then. That's one thing to hit the ball.
But hey, the thing is, he can hit like a 6-iron 200 yards. So when they do, he can hit as far as the pros can. So when they got up to a couple of these holes of 180, 185 yards, he hits it so high in the air, Tim, that when it falls down, it doesn't do like mine. Mine rolls another 10 yards. His rolls a yard and a half and stops. I can't hit it that high. It's crazy the way he hits it.
So how much do you play, Rob? Do you play a lot?
Not as much as I like to play. I've got a replacement elbow where I fell in the ice in 2018.
Ooh.
And I was at that time I was shooting right at 80. I was shooting right at 80. I broke 80 twice in my life. And that was in 2017 when I did it. So 2018, when I broke my elbow, it completely shattered it. It was in like 42 pieces, bones and everything. It was just everywhere. So they had to do surgery for me. And they had to actually do the Tommy John type deal too, because the tendon from my knuckle or wrist all the way up to my shoulder broke somewhere along the way. It was broken, so they had to fix that too. They weren't aware of that. So my doctor, as soon as I got out, I finished my therapy by April. That was 3 months, and they, that's as best I can do. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can do that, which is not bad. I got 96% mobility, which is not terrible.
Yep.
So he immediately told, it was like 12 of us. It was going through the therapy at the same time, different arms and shoulders and stuff. He said, okay, now I want you to do one of 4 things. Go to a batting cage and go hit 50 balls a day for 2 weeks or whatever. I want you to go play golf for every other day for a month if you can. And I did that. So I elected right there in 2018 I was coming out, like I say, right after my birthday. So it would have been right about 8th or 10th of April. And from then all the way to middle of July, I probably played 30 rounds, maybe 35 rounds. And when I first started playing again, my drives were hitting right at 195 to 200. And by the time that 30 days was, I mean, by my 30th round, I was hitting about 230, 235. Now I can hit 260, 255, 260, and hit it pretty straight. Now I had to go through about 5 different drivers in order to find one that I like. I've gained some weight. That always makes a little difference too, because I used to have it fall to the right on me. Not so much now. I'm more of a hook guy now, so I have to find something with a little more of an open face. But yeah, my game 100 yards in is pretty good. My game out, I still can't. You know, on a par 5, it's 550 yards. I can't get there in 2. I just can't. I'm not able to. But I'm, you know, being 55, I'm hitting it off of senior tees now. So I don't ask anybody any favors. Don't ask for any, as I say, don't ask for any dimes, don't receive any. So that's what I do. So I enjoy playing. The course I play at a lot has a lot of water on it, but it's short enough that if I hit the ball straight, I think I can break 80 on it again. Last time I played, I got 82. So playing a little bit better. Do you play any, Dave?
No, I played before I had kids, and then when the kids were born, I let it go. What about you guys, Dwayne, Tim? Are you golfers?
No, I don't have the patience, Dave. Yeah,
it's addictive.
And there's guys at work that's worse than me, and I don't know how they do it. This one guy told me, "Well, Dwayne, when you got attitudes like us, you got to be a smart golfer." I'm like, "What's that?" He says, "You got to know which clubs cost the least, and that's the ones you break." I'm like, "The heck with that! The heck with that!"
Dave, it's addictive, though, isn't it?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but I really, when I was in my 20s, loved to play basketball. And when the kids were born, it was either give up golf or give up basketball. And I was much more passionate about playing basketball. And I played basketball real regularly until I was 40, and then let it go.
All right. Can we ask you how old you were when you had kids? Were you like early 20s or middle 20s, late 20s?
Let's see. My oldest son was born when I was 28.
Okay. All right.
Got married at 25. I had my kids when I was
so
28,
much
30,
difference.
32.
So much difference in all of us right now. Tim's never been married. Dwayne's been married. I didn't get married till I was 42. I met my wife when I was 38. My first marriage, no kids, and no pets, anything like that. All right. It's 11:15. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Let me go in there and check on my wife, and I want to see how she's doing. Yeah. If she's doing okay, I'll be right back. So y'all keep your conversation going. Thanks.
So Tim and Dwayne, if you're not golfers, are you athletes at all? What do you like to do for sports?
I haven't played in a long while, Dave.
I was the baseball guy, so unfortunately I had too much speed being 6'4", because that's the kind of paradox. It's okay, you're tall enough to play first base, but you got too much speed. So I played till I was 16, and then kind of just gave it up and haven't joined any like beer league softball or anything like that. I have to build myself up a little bit more for strength wise. Plus I by the time I buy new glove, buy spikes, and all that stuff, I'm like, I ain't gonna get that. But to go back to the Pacers, Antonio Davis went to UTEP, and one of the players on that Pacers team is now an NBA ref.
Haywood Workman.
Yep. I'm surprised they don't try to get, because they're trying this in hockey. It's like, guys, if you don't make it, you can still be part of the game and come to a referee school. Why don't they try doing that with some of these kids that don't make it for basketball?
Yep. It's a good idea. I thought about becoming a basketball referee. My son is a basketball coach. He coaches junior varsity at the local high school here, and I thought about getting into getting into refereeing, because I had been running 5Ks and I got bored with running 5Ks to stay fit. And I thought, I'm either going to go referee basketball or else I'm going to check out martial arts. So I went to one of my son's games that he was coaching. And the guy that was refereeing this game had to be 320 pounds, and he could barely get from one side of the court to the other. And I said, well, that's not working for fitness. If you can be a basketball ref and be 320 pounds and waddle up and down and be successful, then that guy ain't getting the health benefits out of that I'm looking for. So I took up Taekwondo about, I think it's been 3.5 years now. So that's what I do for exercise now. And it's a lot more fun than I thought it would be. It just, I thought I was going to do something for exercise, but you get in there and you start learning, punches and kicks and forms and all this stuff. And I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah, you don't have moms yelling at you.
Right.
Yeah, parents now are
sure.
Good Lord.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I was one of them. I was as hard on referee when my son was playing.
Yeah, but you're not going to run out of the court. You it's okay, fine, sit back, yell at you, don't agree. But even now, it's sort of like they have to, give the disclaimer. Hey guys, these are volunteers. We try to be professional. If you don't agree, fine, don't agree, but do not boo.
See, the refs up here in Washington County for schools, they're paid. They make decent money. I mean, not a lot, but it's decent. I know a lot of them bitch because the organizations cherry pick who does most of the games, and they lose money that way.
Right.
Yeah,
I did umpire my sister's softball game once, and that didn't get paid for it, but that's an interesting.
Never fun to umpire or referee a game with your families in. That's never fun.
Yeah,
right.
It was like 10, 11-year-old softball.
My niece was in coach pitch. She was like 5 or 6 and playing little leagues. Softball. And I'm behind the plate and I call strike 1 on her. I'll call strike 2. Then the uncle and me come out. I said, hey, if it's close, you better swing. She looked at me. She said, shut up, umpire. I learned my lesson right there. But I told her, I said, look, if it's close, I got to call a strike on you.
See, I like that. We had umpires when I played Little League. A few of them was like that, would actually coach you while they was umpiring. I liked it. I didn't get upset.
She could get by with that because I already done said something to her. I shouldn't have said nothing at all, I guess. But Beth hit the ball because I don't want to have to call strike 3 on you. Shut up, umpire.
Yeah, we had a guy down there. He called 2 strikes on me. I thought both of them was high. He's like, Dwayne, they're dying at the plate. They're crossing the plate. All you got to do is swing it. You're going to get a hit. Next pitch, bang. I come around and score somehow. I don't remember. He says, I told you, Dwayne. I'm like, thank you, man.
I umpired a lot of games. I could walk from my house. It was only like a couple hundred yards. And I umpired, and they'd pay me like $15, $20 a night for each game. And some nights where I do 3 or 4 games, make $100 almost. So, if they didn't have an umpire, and I didn't really feel like it, a lot of times I'd be like, I don't really feel like it tonight. Well, we'll throw extra $10 if you do. And I go throw me a pair of shorts on real quick and get down there and be like, look like you feeling.
We'll throw some from the concession stand for
look
you.
Like
too.
You feel it. Look like you're feeling better, Rob. I said, yeah, I will be feeling better. Right at the end of the game, they said, when's that? I said, when I go up and get paid. Yeah, but hadn't done it much. What I tell you, I always was like this. Anytime those little girls playing fast pitch, I would talk to the catcher because I would always get to 11, 12, 13-year-olds, and the plate was right here, and they'd like, doing that kind of stuff. I said, look, you're trying to paint. Just leave your glove where it's at. I'll call it a strike if it is, but every time you move your glove like that, I'm not going to call it a strike. It's trying to get me to call it that way. And so little girl went to the pitcher and said, look, throw it to my mitt. And if you do, he may call it a strike. And I started calling it a strike. Anyway, both teams, the girls, the pitcher and the catcher, got to knowing me all right and knowing what was going on. And one of the parents piped up and said, "Hey, Mr. Umpire, I got 2 sets of glasses over here for you and a place for you to sit right here in case you get tired." So I was like, okay, I saw exactly the woman it was. And I'm like, okay, let her keep piping it up. Now, the kids are getting along with me just fine. This team and this team both are coming to me and they're asking me, was this pitch high, this pitch low, whatever. Neither team's hardly getting any hits. So about another inning goes by, and she says, "Mr. Umpire," she says, "I might ought to climb that fence, climb over and call it balls and strikes for you because I think I'm having a better night of calling them than you are." I took my mask off, and I said, "Hey, come here." And she come walking right up to the fence. I said, "You are officially kicked out of the game." So then what happens was the other team, the parents go, "Yay, yay, yay." They want to see it. The ones with her are like, they don't say anything. They're scared they're gonna get kicked out too, so they don't say a word. And I said, "I tell you what, we can kick your whole team out of here if you don't want to go up there." So the next thing you know, the coach is grabbing her by the arms, and there was a lady coach. "Get up there before he kicks us all out of the field." I said, "Okay." I said, "I'll see you at the end of the night if you want to talk to me." And she was doing that kind of stuff all the way up a hill. At the end of the night, I find out which one her little girl is. She comes up to me, and I didn't even know it. She said, "Mr. Umpire?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm sorry for the way my mom acts." I said, "Whoa." I said, "Well, which one's your mom?" She said, "She's the one that showed her butt." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Okay, I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. If you say that in front of me when we go up there, see, I'm not getting you to say anything you didn't already tell me. But I said, if you say that in front of your mama, I'll go up and buy you a hot dog." And she said, "You will?" I said, "I will." She goes up there and she said, "Mr. Umpire, I am so sorry about the way my mama acted." And her mama looked at her and said, "What?" I said, "We learn from the young ones, don't we?" and I held my hand out like that. She came over and shook my hand. She come over and shook my hand. I said, "Come on, let's get a hot dog." And I got her a hot dog, me a hot dog. And I said, sometimes that's what we got to do, folks. We got to listen to these young ones because the parents get so enthralled with all this garbage that's going on around us. The kids actually are having fun, whether you don't want them to, whether you do want them to. And,
There's a guy that worked with my dad. He umpired like pony league, like 15-year-olds. 20 years later, guy's working at the dairy and says, "Steve, you used to umpire down at Pony League, didn't you?" And he says, "Yeah, I remember you." What he did was he let a freaking ball go by and nailed him in the freaking chest. He wasn't calling strikes. He says, "I remember your little ass." I'm like, "You did what?" His name was Kenny. He's like, "Yeah, Dwayne, I let a ball go by. I did one of them numbers. Boom, boom." He says, "It nailed him." I'm like, "Oh, man." He remembered him.
I always felt like this. If the two teams left the field, and the teams both were like, "Hey, Mr. Umpire, we hope you're our umpire next time." I didn't care what the coaches or the parents thought. If they all thought I was treating them fairly and I was doing it right, I wasn't trying to be hard on nobody, but if it was a strike, it was a strike, and if it was a ball, it was a ball. And if at the end of the day, if I was sitting in the stands and they said, "Hey, why don't he umpire?" and the other team said, "Hey, why don't he umpire?" that was the biggest compliment I could get, because I was like, I don't really care what the coaches are going to raise hell either way. It don't matter. You can win 16-5, and they're going to think about that fifth run. Well, the umpire, they wouldn't have scored that fifth run if the umpire wouldn't have done this or that. They always remember that.
Well, what's worse, umpiring? I think umpiring on the bases, if you got a close call, is worse than behind the plate.
Well, I think, you see, the thing, I think behind the plate, if you make a couple of bad calls in in 7 innings, you're probably going to see 135, 155 of pitches. If you make a couple of bad calls, you can get by with it. Where on the bases, you may not give a 6 or 7
And for
calls.
real, that could
Right.
cost you the game for real.
Right. You make a couple of bad calls, they are going to remember you all night long. So,
exactly. I always figured that.
Behind the
I thought
plate,
it was worse.
And I've told the kids, I've told the catcher, say, yeah, I missed that one. I said, and I've told them, I've missed it. I've missed it before, or, and it's going to happen. You were going to miss them. But in 130 some calls, 150 that you're going to get behind the plate in 7 innings, you've got that leeway where, everybody doesn't know what every pitch is, where a strike, a ball, or whatever. If they slide into the plate, you get it right, and you get to 97, 98% of the pitches right. You should be okay. But
what do you think about robots?
Hate it. Absolutely hate it. What about you?
We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't like it. See,
I don't. Are they going to call for safer out for the robots, or are they just doing balls?
I think just balls and strikes at first.
I don't like
they're
it.
going to umpire behind the plate, and then they're going to have the earpiece like the pitchers and the catchers do, and they'll get ball or strike in their ear and call.
And I guess it'll be loud enough for the fans to be able to hear it too. Then,
what I always wanted to see. If you're watching, doesn't matter if it's basketball or football or whatever sport you're watching, and they go to the replay, I always thought there should be a camera and a mic in where they're reviewing the replay.
And you can hear what they're talking about.
And you can hear what they're talking about.
Yeah.
We got to see the foot come down in bounds. We got to.
Yeah.
That would be so much entertainment and so informative that.
Right.
I don't know
why thing I don't like about replay is that I always thought it would have to be conclusive. And when they come up with this crap and look at that and you can't tell and they make a call and reverse it, I'm thinking that's not what this was set up for. It was supposed to stop obvious mistakes. It wasn't supposed to be. I'm pretty sure that he was out, and they ain't pretty sure if he called him safe, buddy, he's still safe.
Yeah, we got a replay, so let's use it.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yep.
The thing I don't like about replay is that they put it on the coach. I mean, if you're a coach, you've got 100 other things to think about. Now you've also got to figure out when the ref makes a mistake, and
right.
Coaching's hard enough already without.
It's also Arnold. It's also on the YRL page.
Yeah,
he just got it on the page, but I'll email you.
It's crazy. That.
But I got to jump out. I got to get up early tomorrow. So thanks for the invite. I hope Darlene's okay.
Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
And hope all is well. So
yes, sir.
Good night, everybody.
Night, Dave.
You got his email, Rom?
Do I have Dave's email?
No, Arnold Hunter. You got his email?
Yeah. I do, I think. Yeah.
If you could send it to me.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Let me do the update on the channel here. JT, what's going on? Laurel and Roger Ward. We know Roger Ward. He's been on the channel a few times with us. Both he and his wife have COVID. Des Quarles, he's been in here tonight. He's got COVID. Atma Bryan, he's been on my channel more than one time. Everybody but one of his son-in-laws and his family, direct family, have COVID. Darius Montre is in here with us. He's living in an apartment to himself. It's a good thing. 11 to 13 people in his family right now have COVID. Darlene's laid up in here. She threw up really bad a little while ago, too. I see where she threw up. But she says she's feeling a lot better. She's laying down now. 1 or 2 less covers than she had. Said I'm not cold at all. So I feel a lot better about that. I really do. But that's why I'm setting up at least until midnight tonight. She went to bed about 10, and I'm going to set up for a while, and I'm going to make sure she's okay. It's crazy just that everybody's getting sick at this time.
Yeah, they should be getting going here pretty quickly. I didn't really do much at work today because all our systems were down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got in about 9:15, and I think maybe I got my work at IM people worked, but couldn't get any systems. And then after a while, just the whole thing went down. I got that nice globe with the no sign on it saying I can't find the network. And then at 2:45, they were like, "If you guys want to go home, you can." About 2:30, if you guys want to go home, this probably ain't going to be up by where it's going to be worth it for you to stay. 2:45, I said, "All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll take 3 hours leave."
They made you use your own time.
Oh yeah, unless it comes out for tomorrow that hey, you can use admin time. Then
yeah,
I got like 50 hours of leave.
Arnold, I sent it to him already. I already sent it to Dwayne.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, and then Dwayne,
You can delete that then.
And then Arnold, yeah, I will. And maybe Arnold Arnold may have to delete it. Yeah, Arnold, go ahead and delete that email now. Go right over there next to the star at those 3 dots. Hit those 3 dots, and then it'll say delete. You can delete that comment. Yeah. That way, your email won't be up in a future thing. As long as we don't say it out loud, I'm not going to say it out loud.
Right.
But Dwayne, I sent you and Arnold an email, so it's coming to both of you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now I've got 2 emails by you, Dwayne.
Yeah, they're both good, but I normally use the Gmail. But yeah, they're both. You got an AOL and a.
Yeah, I do. And anytime I send you an invite, I send it to both.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll just send it to Gmail from now. Yeah, folks. It's crazy evening out there. It really is. I've been hearing rescue squads going nuts today. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been a weird day, and to hear about all these people that are feeling rough and bad and sick and all. Yeah, we're with you guys. We really are. If you feel like joining us, watch us on TV. Watch us live here on. I mean, you can watch us live on TV, or you can watch us live on your computer or phone or whatever. And I'm going to be with you just for a few more minutes is all. And then I'm going to see to the wife is breathing good, no fever, and no upset stomach. And if none of those 3 are in effect, I'm going to try to maybe get a little rest tonight myself. And she says she feels okay now. So we'll see. We'll see how things are going. How did the Guardians do tonight, Tim? Or were they off?
They won 8-4 against the White Sox.
8-4. And how did Baltimore do today?
They were off, I believe.
You think they were off?
They start tomorrow a little short 2-game set against the Cubs. But then they get 3 games over the weekend against Tampa. So, all
right.
Unfortunately, the rubber will hit the road soon enough. I'm not saying that they're going to be a 500 team, but
yeah,
hell, anything's better than what they have. Also, another team's on an 8-game winning streak right now. By the way, the Mariners.
Yeah, I know Mariners were playing some good ball. They're in second place. The Angels are the team that just went straight down.
Yeah.
Rendon, he's not been hitting. Just Trout's doing okay, but Trout's not. I don't think he's on pace for 40 home runs or 110 RBIs or to bat. He's batting 300 something, but he's they need a lot of power out of him, especially since they lost Pujols, and Pujols is starting to hit the ball for St. Louis a little bit now. They need him bad too. And then Ohtani is really having an off year offensive as of June 15th. He was not hitting the ball. I don't know how he's doing now. He may have turned things around the last 3 weeks. And then tonight for the Phillies, Alec Bohm, the third baseman, broke his hand sliding into second. So
I just saw that highlight. I was like, damn.
Yeah. He was sliding into second base head first. They actually called him out. But if you look at the replay of it, he looked like he was safe. Now, he may have taken his hand off the bag and put his other one when he was doing it. They may have tagged him. But when he came in there and touched the bag, he actually didn't hit him right here. And then that's when his hand got twisted up. When they walked out there to the field, He looked at his coach and said, "It's broke. It's broke." And that's exactly.
I don't like people sliding head first. That's
that's.
Plus, also, it's like if you slide feet first, you have a better chance of kicking the ball out of the glove.
Well, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. You tend to have the second baseman look at you a little bit more if you got spikes leading than you do a head leading.
Right.
Yeah, you're not going to get hurt. You're not going to get hurt as often sliding feet first. Tell Pete Rose that. Pete Rose always slid head first. There was a lot of them that did
shoulder first.
Well,
yeah.
Well, we don't want to bring up why Tim Raines slid head first. Did you hear about that? You've heard about that?
Yeah, he didn't want to freaking break his stuff that he put in his pocket.
Cocaine piles in his back pocket.
Oh my God!
He always slid head first.
Yep. Yeah, he didn't want to break stuff that he had in his pocket. I was trying to be nice.
Wow. No, trust me. Well, it's 40 years ago. It's public record.
That's a home run. Nope, it's not. It's off the wall. It may be a home run. It's close. No.
Arnold, I sent that to you. Let me know if you can open it all right. It's in a zip file.
So 3-1, the Diamondbacks now up 3-1. Giants have a man at second, and they're hitting. So they're bottom of the sixth.
Fortunately, the Mets took game one tonight the Braves took game one tonight, right?
Against the Mets.
Yeah.
I have not heard.
It was 2-0 when I turned it off, and that was the Mets was up.
Who was pitching?
Mets won 4-1. Scherzer.
Who was
Scherzer?
Scherzer was pitching tonight.
Yeah, I turned it off. I can't stand the Mets. I ain't going to watch them win.
No offense. Like, everybody's going to make this out to be a big – it's still big, but if a team only wins 2 out of 3, it's not going to be life-shattering. There's still 2 months plus left in the season.
Right. It's still 70-some games left, 70 games left. So,
right.
Yeah, it's still a lot of time, and you're still going to have teams go on 8, 10, 12 game winning streaks. And you're going to have that 1 or 2 teams that's going on 8, 10, 12 game losing streak. It's going to happen.
Right.
We don't know the injuries that's going to happen. DeGrom is still not back, and now I'm hearing it could be pushed all the way back to the last week of July now, and even August, if But I heard he was throwing off a mound the other day, and he got 40 pitches or something. And it was a small setback. So, yeah, I don't know. He wasn't allowed to even hold a ball in his hand until June 1st. He never even had a ball in his hand until June the 25th. So, yeah, I don't know what's happening there, but it doesn't look good for DeGrom right now. It's really not. Scherzer, how many pitches did he go tonight? Did he go as many as 80, 85?
It was in the fifth inning when I stopped watching.
By the 5th inning, he probably would have been in the 70s then. You would think 60s or 70s, just depending on how fast he was going through the batters.
Yeah, there was a close play at first when I turned it off.
93 pitches.
93 pitches. So he went 93 pitches tonight. Was it 7 innings? 6 and 2/3.
7 innings.
Seven. Okay, 93. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. That's averaging about, was that 13? About 14 an inning. Yeah, that's not bad. Not even 14. About 13 an inning. Yeah, that's
about average.
At all. 13's not bad. You start getting over 16, 15, 16. That's starting. It's getting too many. But yeah, Nola had 3 innings tonight where he went under 9 pitches.
Yeah,
but the problem was, he threw too many meatballs across the plate. Next thing you know, it was 6-1. Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, Arnold.
Yeah. Yep. I'm Michelle Elvis. Welcome. Let's update everybody on the channel that are just getting here. I realize I've been, a couple of reasons I'm staying on a little later tonight. Darlene, first off, I'll tell you, we get home from going out to eat. We went to get some ice cream. She gets home, starts having the chills really bad, cold. She's freezing to death. On the porch is 82, 83 degrees. She walks in the house. I put 4 covers on her, leave them on for about 30 minutes. finally they throw kind of the ultimatum at her. You got to either go to bed or we're going to the emergency room. She said, I'll go to bed. I said, all right, lay down. Put 4 covers along with the blanket on the bed on top of her. And about an hour later, she goes in there and throws up. She just told me, she said, oh, I feel a little bit better now. I said, have you still got the chills? No. She goes back, lays down. I just checked on her about 10 minutes ago. She's feeling much, much, much better. And so, you okay? What's wrong? Oh, now her stomach's bothering her. So, if that's what's happening, I may end up taking her to the hospital or something. Roger Ward, friend of the channel, he and his wife Laurel both have COVID. Des Quarles came in here a little while ago, said he's got COVID. Atma Bryan, he and his wife, his family, all his relatives other than one of his son-in-laws have COVID. Darius Montre came in, lives in an apartment to himself, good thing. 11 to 13 people in his family have COVID. So it's it's still serious, folks. It's still a serious issue. But so I can hear her moaning and groaning in there. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to cut this just a little bit short. I apologize to Dwayne. I apologize to Tim.
Oh, you're fine.
I apologize to
You're
everybody.
fine. I was probably going
I
anyway.
wanted to set up until midnight to make sure she was okay. But now I see that she's feeling really rotten, and if I have to, I'll take her to the emergency room. It's only 10 minutes away. I'll give you guys updates tomorrow as to what's happening. Roger Ward also sent a message in the room that said something about something terrible has happened. He did not, explain any further. I'll try to get to the bottom of that if he can tell me what's going on. A lot of prayers go out to a lot of folks. Send some our way as well. You all have a great, great evening. God bless, and be good to one another. Bye-bye, folks.
Later.
See ya.